What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be telling you 50 random things that you may not know about me. And a lot of these things I had to think about, so I almost didn't even know them for myself. So if you know them, I'll be pretty impressed. I have them written down because 50 is actually a lot more than I thought it would be. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe. Also, there's a new posting schedule. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays is what it's going to be. Music Mondays. If you don't want to hear me try to sing, skip it. Wednesdays will be a vlog, a random vlog. Fridays are Fish Tank Fridays. Alright, so without further ado, 50 random things about me. I have owned a business since I was 15 years old. I've been working since I was 14 years old. My first job was at Burger King. As soon as I turned 14 and I was ready to go, I applied there and started making that money. I got my belly button pierced at 13 years old. It was kind of like a bet I held my parents to. Oh, this light died. Perfect. My brother wanted to get his ears pierced when he was 13. I'm 3.5 years younger than him, so I said, okay, he's going to get his ears pierced when he's 13. I want to get something pierced when I'm 13. And so they promised me thinking I wouldn't remember. And guess what? 3.5 years later, I said, hey, I want to get my belly button pierced. And they held up their end of the deal. Therefore, I have my belly button pierced. I'm always working. I like to work. Everybody's telling me I'm always working. I enjoy it. I like being like hustling and making moves, and I have squatted 200 pounds once, and yeah, if I tried it now, I would probably get crushed by it. I've solved a Rubik's Cube in 1 minute and 13 seconds. I'm pretty proud of it. I sang a Phil Collins song at my 5th grade talent show in the cafeteria in front of a bunch of people, which is surprising because I had stage fright for a long time after that. Maybe that's why. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. I graduated high school a year early, and I graduated college a year early. I got my bachelor's in business at 20 years old. I only went to college to make my parents happy. I personally didn't want to go. I had been running a business since I was 15 years old. I didn't find the need to go to school. In 2015, Jason and I went on a vacation every month at least one time for the entire year. It was cool. I can snowboard, but I've never skied. I thought I was gonna launch off a mountain once. I went snowboarding. I usually do the middle ones, which I think are blue. I haven't been in a couple years. Blue. But we went down the black one. Everything was going great, but then I went toe too much because I wasn't, I guess, used to it. And I slid down, and then I was like on my belly rolling, right? Sliding down the mountain so fast. At first, I wasn't really that nervous. Trying to flip the board over to, you know, be on my back to kind of stop it. I finally flip the board over, but then I'm thinking, if I dig my heels in right now, what if I start tumbling like this? I couldn't stop. Like, I was trying to slowly put it down, and I was just going down that mountain so fast. I was like a turtle on my shell. And then the people I were with, they thought like I was joking, so they were just like looking at me laughing as I was going down. To the left was towards like off the cliff, and that's the direction I was going, and I couldn't stop. There was literally nothing I could do about it. Finally, after I slid, probably, no lie, at least a football field, one of them came over and kind of cut me off a little bit. I was probably like 4 feet from the edge of the mountain. That was probably one of the scariest I've ever been in my life. Like, I for sure thought I was gonna launch, and the only thing I could hope was that there was a tree there to catch me. I don't say I miss you often. I don't know. I just don't like to say it. Like, it's not that I'm trying to be mean. It's just like, if you miss somebody, I feel like, unless there's a certain, a serious extent to it, like, you guys would make the effort to hang out. I talk to myself a lot. I Googled it, and it's a sign of genius, so that's what I'm gonna say. I will ask 100 questions until I fully understand what it is that is being talked about. I'm not type of person that's just gonna sit there and not know what's happening and just act like I know what's happening, because that helps nobody. So I will ask you questions until I understand what is happening. I had 0 friends in high school. I still pretty much have 0 friends now. I had acquaintances, but like, there's not really anybody that I would call and be like, hey, you wanna hang out? Like, you wanna go to the movies? Not really. I like to work. I read motivational books, positivity books very frequently. If I'm reading a book, it's gonna be something that's helping me. I have a absolutely terrible memory. If you guys ever watched the vlogs while I was traveling on the road, you guys would know that I don't even freaking know what I ate for breakfast. That's a little exaggerative, but I do forget sometimes. I forget where I went. Like, my memory is just literally terrible. I love cookie dough ice cream, spoon cookie dough cookies, you name it, it has cookie dough in it, I like it. I have been hustling since I was a little girl. There was one time, I did used to have one friend when I was little, my friend across the street, Timmy, and there was this kid that lived down the street, and I was like, why don't we start a football league? There was only the 3 of us, right, in the football league, but I charged the kid like $2 to play in the football league in quarters, and nobody else had to pay. I mean, it's kind of mean, I guess, but I hustled him to enter our football league because it was exclusive to our block, you know what I mean? Like, turns out he told his dad that he joined the football league and I had to give him the money back. I used to have 2 little baby chicks. My grandma bought them for my brother and I when we went to, I think we went to the flea market once. They were like 50 cents or something, like little baby chicks. When we would go to school and stuff, we'd have to stick them in our bathroom because they would poop all over the place. That lasted for about a week. We would put them in our beanies and play with them in the front yard so that they wouldn't run away. And then after my parents got tired of picking up the shit in the bathroom, we ended up having to take them back to the flea market, and they did take them back, but we lost our 50 cents. I used to own a sports bike. I had it for maybe like a year and a half. I'm currently in the process of writing an ebook. Stay tuned for that. I will give you guys all the details when it releases, which hopefully should be within a couple months. I'm staying busy. Not to sound conceited, but I think I'm pretty funny. Sometimes when I'm editing my vlogs, like, I will straight up crack up just listening to how ridiculous I am. I have done an engine swap before. I used to be really into blackjack. In 2016, 2017, I would play blackjack every single week at the casino. Yeah. I feel like we could possibly be inside of a video game. Like, think about it. Have you ever played like GTA or The Sims or something? Like, I feel that possibly might be us. Like, we're inside of somebody's globe and they're playing us and we're their video game. All I know is my freaking player better step their game up because, you know, it's just getting a little wild over here. I have terrible vision. Like, if I'm driving and I lose my glasses, I would probably have to pull over and call somebody to pick me up because I would pretty much crash. As it is, with my glasses, I can't really see at night, which, not that I can't really see at night, I can't really drive, or I don't like to drive at night. I feel like all the lights go like, psh, and it's just, I don't enjoy it. I used to be able to inline skate. I dropped in the little half pipe a couple times, you know, nothing crazy, but I like to work with it. I don't drink alcohol anymore. It never makes me feel good. I think I'm allergic to drink coffee at any point in the day. Right before I go to bed, early in the morning, in the middle of the day, it doesn't really matter. It won't keep me up, it does nothing to me, and I could just drink it at any time. I once had to call my mom to pick me up from a sleepover. Ashley, if you're watching this, this was your house. I hate pickles. I don't hate a lot of things, but I hate pickles. Like, I've tried to eat them again because, you know, they say your taste buds change every 7 years, but I hate pickles. Hate them. I love rice. I love carbs. I love potatoes. Oh, so good. I don't make backup plans. If I'm gonna do something, that's the only plan I make. I don't say like, oh, if this doesn't pan out, I could do this. I just think that's setting yourself up for failure. I stick with the plan I have in place, and that's where all my force is. If that doesn't pan out and I have to think about something after, then that so be it, but I don't plan ahead to have a plan B, if that makes sense. The background on my phone, oh, my phone's over there. The background on my phone has been a quote from R.M. Drake for the past like 3 to 4 years. It says, destroy the fear in you before the fear destroys the life before you. I can't wink with my right eye. Like if I really try, I could kind of do that, but you know, like I can't really do it. I mean, I'm sure I could probably teach myself, but I don't really want to, so I'll just do that. I was a Disney Channel kid, not a Nickelodeon kid. If you know, you know. I have to sleep with like some sort of thin sheet or blanket or something on top of me. I don't really like the wind blowing on my skin. I just like to have some sort of thin, like, even if it's hot, just the thinnest sheet just covering me. I don't like my hair being touched. So not when it's done or whatever, but just when I feel like when people touch my head, like I feel like I can feel all of the hair follicles moving, and it just is really uncomfortable to me. I have lucid dreamed a couple times. The first time I did it, I woke up with the most euphoric feeling in the world. It was amazing. I mean, the dream was super stupid, but I actually startled myself out of lucid dream because I was so excited. And I woke up like just the biggest smile on my face because I was able to just lucid dream. It was awesome. I have sleep paralysis sometimes. I haven't had it in a long time, knock on wood, but I learned, that's how I actually started getting into lucid dreams. I learned how to turn my sleep paralysis into the dream. The sleep paralysis part sucks, like it really sucks, but then you go into the lucid dream and it's good. I lived in a van full-time for 2 years with my friend Jason. By the time I was 25, I had traveled to all 50 states in the US. I've ran a half marathon before. I think everything happens for a reason. It might be really shitty situations. If you're able to see the situation maybe down the line, I think there's always a reason that something happened. It might not be something that you like, but I think everything happens for a reason. I was a Girl Scout. Oh wow, I skipped a number. So number 50 was supposed to be that I challenged myself to make this list, which is true because I couldn't even get to 25, which is really freaking sad. When I couldn't get to 25, I was a little upset about it, so I was like, all right, forget it, we're just gonna go all the way to 50. Number 50 now, which was supposed to be number 2, which means my numbers are all screwed up, is that I've almost died 2 times. Both of them were when I was younger, like before first grade. First one was I had anaphylactic shock and I started blowing up in hives, my throat started closing, and it was a whole thing. The second time was when I was, I think in first grade, I got meningitis and I had to go to the hospital and I was there for like 2 weeks. I had to get like a needle this big in the middle of my spine. It was pretty intense. I was walking like a little old person when I got out of the hospital. I guess because of the spinal tap thing. I was all hunched over, like that's how I would walk, and I couldn't really walk. I had to get carried. But yeah, so there you go. 50-ish random things about me. Remember, new posting schedule Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That was a lot. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn those bells on so you can get notified every time I post a new video. Maybe it will be fun. Throw a comment down below, tell me something random about you, or if you want to get something off your chest, tell the world something random, you know? Drop a comment down below, let me know, let the world know. All right, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Later.